Okay, so I guess I'm already live. Is the Paramount Gossip true? I really don't know. I was just on their website, and I didn't see a strong lineup. But the last big one was downsizing, and the next big one is Tom Cruise's IM6 mission MI6 Mission Impossible 6. So, and downsizing lost a whole bunch of money, and then well, of course you see gnomes so cute, right? And so what I imagine is happening is that um and of course Black Panther, which belongs to another studio, just made $1 billion. So they have gnomes now, which is pretty cute, pretty solid, pretty tight movie. And Paramount, what I imagine is that Paramount is out there begging people to go see gnomes, as if sounding like they're PBS. They're like, please go see gnomes. Every little bit helps, and it's like this gigantic movie studio, and they're begging people to go see gnomes, as if it were, and they're sounding like PBS. Like, please go see gnomes. Every little bit helps, and yet they're a gigantic movie studio, but they sound like PBS. Please go see gnomes. Every little bit helps. And yet they are a gigantic movie studio, but they sound like PBS. You know how weird that is? Like, they're gigantic, big money, profitable movie studio, and yet they sound like PBS now. Please go see gnomes. Every little bit helps. So what is Mission Impossible all about? Unlike every other big franchise other than Fast and Furious, which I think Fast and Furious came out of nowhere. Um, Other franchises now are based on books, James Bond based on books, Black Panther based on book, comic book, Everything is based on books, other than Fast and Furious and Mission Impossible 6, which is based on a TV show. And what is it about? Why does he always have to listen to this recorder? And why does it blow up? So it's really the guy, who Tom Cruise plays, Hunt, Agent Hunt, is a sleeper agent. That means he's even deeper than regular agents. So he's even more, his identity is even more secret than regular agents. And why is this necessary? In the first movie with John Voight, he was just a regular agent. And then his regular team was betrayed by John Voight. So after that movie, he ceased to be a regular agent, and then he went into like deep sleeper mode. Why? Because what they realized in the first movie, like the movie fantasy world, what the government realized was that even if you have a strong spy team, it could get betrayed. So you need like a layer behind the betrayer, right? So what happens, like, so in the first movie they were all just regular agents, and then John Voight, that first movie set up the premise for all the other Mission Impossible movies, which is, after that movie where his regular team was backstabbed by John Voight, he went really deep, like deep cover, so that now the only way to contact him is through these like self-destructing messages. Otherwise, nobody else knows that he even works for like the government. nobody knows. It's backstab. And then, he's contacted through, these self-destructing messages, and then he surfaces to find the backstabber, while at the same time, beating the bad guys and getting the package back. And then he goes back into sleeper mode, like, deep cover mode. So he appears, right, when a regular team has been backstabbed, it fixes the whole thing, and then goes back into sort of like hiding. And they create that whole deeper layer, sort of like as the last resort, when they think that someone has betrayed them. And so that's the whole premise of Mission Impossible. And it's set up in the first movie. They were just regular agents who were backstabbed. So after the first movie, after his whole team was, destroyed, he went into like this deep cover. No one else knows. And the only way to contact him is through these like self-destructing messages. Or else nobody knows his face or anything. And so whenever they believe a team has been backstabbed, like in this one, in the trailer, you can see that nukes have been stolen. Probably a team was backstabbed. So, they bring in Hunt because he's specialist for that. He roots out the backstabber while getting the package back, and that deeps that he picks up. And if you think back, it's the first movie, totally different from these other ones, because it sets up the premise for all these other ones, where he's not rogue, he's just very deep cover. So Mission Impossible 6 is the next big one for Paramount Pictures. Meanwhile, they're saying, go see Gnomes. It's a nice picture. Every little bit helps. And they sound like PBS, even though it is a major studio. Paramount Pictures. All right.